Hello and welcome to the Level Up Video Game Parent Guide series. I'm your host, Dr. Mike. The topic for today's video is learning about the ESRB rating system. Just like the topic from our last video, the ESRB rating is also something that you can find on the box. But the ESRB rating is so important that I think it deserved its own video. The ESRB rating is basically a video game rating system similar to what they use in movies. As a parent, it's important for you to realize that the vast majority of video games are not meant for children. In fact, the vast majority of video game players are over 18. And depending on where you look, between 70 and 80% of all video game consumers are in fact adults. Therefore, not all games are meant to be played by all players. And in fact, there are a lot of games that should never be played by children. But take a look again at any video game box, and you'll see a white box with a little black letter on the inside. This is the ESRB rating. On the back, you'll see that rating once again, and there'll be more information about why they gave it that rating. ESRB stands for Electronic Software Rating Board. And what it is the American version of a ratings board to inform consumers about the age level that the product is intended for. Knowing the game's rating is a vital piece of information that you should be aware of when making decisions about the appropriateness or age appropriateness of a game for your child. Now let's take a look. The ratings have changed a little bit over the past few years. The most recent change was in 2018 when they dropped the early childhood rating. Up first, we have games that are rated E for everyone. Games with this rating contain content which the ESRB believes is generally suitable for all ages. They can contain content such as infrequent use of mild cartoon violence and mild language. The rating was known as Kids to Adult until 1998, when it was renamed to Everyone. Next, we have games rated E10+. Games with this rating contain content which the ESRB believes is generally suitable for those aged 10 years and older. They can contain content with an impact higher than the Everyone rating can accommodate, but still not as high as to warrant the teen rating, such as a larger amount of violence, mild language, crude humor, or suggestive content. Up next, we have games rated T for teen. Games with this rating contain content which the ESRB believes is generally suitable for those aged 13 years and older. They can contain content such as moderate amounts of violence, including small amounts of blood, mild to moderate use of language or suggestive themes, sexual content, and crude humor. Next, we have games rated M for mature. Games with this rating contain content which the ESRB believes is generally suitable for those aged 17 years and older. They can contain content with an impact higher than the teen rating can accommodate, such as intense or realistic portrayals of violence, including blood, gore, mutilation, and depictions of death, stronger sexual themes and content, partial nudity, and more frequent use of strong language. You may occasionally see an RP. This stands for rating pending. This is usually before the ESRB has had a chance to evaluate the game for its final rating before it gets released to the public. You'll often see this in advertising material. And finally, you may see an additional rating sometimes if you're searching on the internet, and that's the AO rating. AO stands for adults only, and it contains content meant for adult eyes only. Usually games such as this contain high amounts of nudity, are often pornographic in nature, or involve real-world gambling. So definitely don't let your kids play any of those games. You should know, however, that there are never any games released on consoles in the United States that have the AO designation. However, there are sources online where you can download PC games that have the adults only designation. Here are some questions to ask yourself. Do you know all the ratings for the games in your household right now? For any game that your child is asking for right now, is it appropriate to their age group? Thanks for watching the video. Before you go, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get alerted to the next video every week. For those of you watching the playlist, I'll see you in the next video.